Yeah.
There we go. Now it is recording.
Right.
There, let me just put my pen
You're on.
Right. So the first thing I'll talk about is sighting and levelling your caravan. So when you pull it up to sight, imagine you've got it on the back of your car now. When you park it on your site, you'll find most of the sort of gravel and hardcore sides will be level-ish enough.
Okay.
But if when you pull on, you find there's a lean left to right, the way to level that is some wood underneath either wheel, whichever side you need it. A lot of people will tell you that the legs are there to level. They're not really. They're all right if you're a tiny bit out, but if you do need to raise it off the floor, yeah, some scaffolds are quite good, or you can get plastic ones. Oh, that's all right. You should be all right on our site up there. The reason for the levelling left to right is you'll realise when you're in it, if you stay for any period of time, if you're on a slight lean, you will notice after a few days. And plus, if you get a fry an egg, you'll definitely notice because your eggs will all be sitting at the one side of the pan. So that's the left to right. What you want to do is park your van where you want it, use the spirit level inside, see which side needs adjusting. Ideally is to reverse the van a bit more and then pull it back up onto it. Okay. Obviously some of the pitches you can't because you'll have a hedge or something behind you. You can pull them up onto the wood, but what you'll find is if you're trying to push onto it, it's got a brake at the front here and this will start pushing in if you're going up, going up a couple of rows.
Okay, I'll do this.
But you'll have a play with that. It's part of the excitement of a caravan. So when you've got it level left to right, for the front to back then, is all done off the jockey wheel at the front.
Okay, yeah.
So I'll show you the jockey wheel, the more the functions on the front, but the jockey wheel just literally winds left or right.
Oh, there we go, so that,
Yeah. So yeah, you level it left or right. Once you've got it level, you can then wind your four legs down.
And this is still on the car? Is this still on the car?
Yeah, well, once you've got it level left to right, you can obviously take it off the car then, and then just level it on your jockey wheel.
Level it after that.
Yeah, level it on the jockey wheel, and then obviously once you've got it level, you can wind your four legs down there. And the legs just literally need to be wound down so they're hitting the floor. Nothing more than that. It doesn't need to be. But I'll show you more of that afterwards. Right. So I'll start talking about the actual caravan itself. So on the very front end, this is your stabiliser hitch. So what the Alco hitch does, it's got two little friction pads inside. When it locks onto the car, it hugs onto the tow ball, so it grips onto it, so it gives you extra stability. So on your tow ball of the car, it needs to be grease-free and also paint-free as well, because I know when you have your tow bar fitted, it will be lovely, nicely painted.
Yes, okay.
If you've got some sandpaper, sand it off. If not, don't worry, when you bring it here to collect it, we can sand it off for you there and then anyway. So the reason for it being grease-free is because it's friction pads in here. If you've got any dirt, grease, especially the shiny paint, stops the pads from working, they lose the friction grip on the front there. And then underneath, this is the main hitch, so this is the actual hitch which hitches onto the ball.
The ball's under here.
Yeah, the ball will clip up inside in there. So obviously before you come to hitch it up, you literally just hold the handle up and it will stay there in place. And then all you need to do is wind it down onto the car or the vehicle and it will clip down then and lock it.
So once it's on that, you push that down or does it?
Automatically, when you lower it down, it will clip it on. Because you're newbies, I think I will try and commandeer a vehicle from somewhere, and I'll run through quickly hooking it up, just so you've got a rough idea, so it gives you a bit more extra confidence, so you're not worrying about anything. So obviously I've discussed the jockey wheel, which goes up and down, and then obviously you can raise and lower it off the handle at the side there, but I'll show you more of that when I'm popping it onto the car. So your handbrake is as easy as handbrake off, handbrake on.
Right, so it's not a...
No, just pull it up. You may need to slightly pull it a bit more, or if you are on a slight downhill or backward slope, it will automatically pull itself. So if the brake's all the way up to it, don't be alarmed. It's just the brakes will apply that the pressure they need to stop the wheels from turning. Right, power lift. Well, breakaway cable we'll talk about next. So your breakaway cable. This is designed to loop around your tow ball and then clip back onto itself. And what this job is, that's where it gets its strength from, it being looped round. And what this does, if you ever come apart from your car and the caravan, what this does is pulls your handbrake on, and then it snaps. So it's designed to pull the brake on, and then you and the caravan can part companies up. So don't worry too much about that, as long as you...
But it's something you do before you set off.
Yeah, definitely. It's a legal requirement that you've got a breakaway cable on, so it needs to be intact and in good use. Don't worry too much, as long as you've hooked it on correctly and all the rest of that. It would have to be quite a major fault and it's very, very rare. 9 out of 10 times that a caravan and a car come detached, as I say, it's fault of someone they haven't hooked it up properly. But I'll show you a little trick to make sure you've got it hooked up properly before we finish today.
That's good. That's
So 13 pin. So this runs your lights.
Yeah.
Also the power from the car.
Okay.
So when you get, if you had your tow bar fitted or you're in
tomorrow,
tomorrow,
yeah, 13 pin.
Yeah, 13 pin.
Cool.
Perfect. Fantastic.
And does that charge the laser battery as well?
It does,
It
yes.
does. So that's,
yeah, when it's on it, it will also
when it's
charge.
on,
It's only a very gentle charge because
Right.
it's a very low voltage that's coming through the car to it.
Okay.
But yes, it will top up your battery as you're driving down the road as well, so it gives you the extra.
So that's that.
The last one on the very front end is the ATC.
Which is, sorry.
So the ATC here, this is the electronic stability control.
Oh. Okay.
So what this is if your caravan's got a bit of a snake on, what it does, it automatically applies the brakes and controls the snake for you. So it's a fantastic view.
So that's an add-on to the van. Not all vans have that. That's
no, a lot of the modern ones do, and the better model vans like this one you picked yourselves, yes, they do now. So it's coming standard. You don't get it on the lower end vans, but on the top models, yeah, you are getting it as a standard now. I'll try and get a vehicle where I can activate that for you. What it'll do, when you plug it in, you'll hear the motor's whirring underneath, which is just setting its computer.
Okay.
It'll start off at a red light, and then it'll either go to green flashing or green solid.
Okay.
Now, green flashing light means the computer's just setting itself. Green solid light means you're good to go.
Okay.
For a green flashing light, what you'll find is you can pull it down. It's not your van. What you can do is just pull it down the road for a sec. Stop, go out, have a look, and you'll see it's gone to green then. So it just needs some time just for the computer just to wake up and get started. I will talk about red lights. If you are ever having red lights on it, what you can do is just unplug it from the car, like anything electrical nowadays, switch it off, leave it a few seconds and plug it back in again. If you've tried that a few times and you're still getting the red light, what you can do is take the handbrake off and see if the brakes are engaged in the caravan. If the brakes aren't engaged in the caravan, you are safe to tow, it just means your ATC system isn't working.
Okay.
But on the other hand, if you take the handbrake off here and you can't move the caravan because the brakes are locked on, obviously it's a no tow, and then it's get on the phone to us and we'll come up with a solution for you.
Yeah.
I tell everyone about these red lights, but I haven't come across anyone that's actually come across it yet or in a scenario as such, but we like to give you that information in case in 4 years' time or something you've still got the van and you get these red lights and all of a sudden this memory of this large bearded man talking to you, you think, oh, I remember about the red lights. Just go pop back into it. Yeah, watch your video back. There we go. So you're happy with everything on the hitching area?
Yeah, all the components, yeah.
So we'll talk about your gas cover next.
Okay.
So obviously you can carry 2 cylinders inside if you wanted to, and then you've got an onboard regulator on here.
Okay.
When you decide what gas you're using, I'll fit a pigtail for you.
Fine.
So the pigtail is this section here, just down to there, and then this bit will screw into the bottles that you've got inside here.
I've got one with the 6 kilogram butanes, sorry, not butane, propane.
Propane, the red bottle.
Red one,
Yeah.
6 kilogram.
Yeah,
just
fantastic.
to start off.
Yeah, well, we'll grab that before we go today, and I'll hook it up and pipe it in and everything. Once the bottle's in, the way to turn your gas on and off is literally on the top of the bottle. Just switch it on and off.
Right.
There is a gas shut-off valve here, just the other side of the regulator. That's there more for a gas tester when they're gas testing your caravan. So for the gas on and off, it's just simply on and off.
And usually you'd be best with 2.
Well, it depends. It depends on how much you're going to use it. Some of our customers that I speak to only use 1 bottle a year if they're lucky.
Oh, right.
And I've had others that they said they've had the same bottle for 6 years. So it depends.
More.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's that. But it depends on what you're using inside, or if you're using the cooker or not, if you're running your heating or your hot water on gas. It all depends. It all depends. But you're definitely. I'd say 1 to start with, and see how you get on. Really, you can soon tell with the bottles. You can just pick them up. And you can feel how light they are. Obviously, when they're heavy, they're full. The lighter they are, and there is still a bit of liquid in them as well, so you can shake them as well. That's one way of double checking. And then obviously storage. There is some storage in the front. Yeah. Only light storage in the front.
Okay.
If you're putting heavy things in the front, what you'll find is it'll affect the way the caravan tows, because you've got a lot of weight on the tow bar end. So you can store things. Obviously, when you're on site, when you're travelling, try not to put anything too heavy in the front.
So the wife doesn't go in.
The old ones are the best, eh?
Last 2 in the front.
Right.
Apologies, they got them a bit wet. Leg winder.
Okay.
And then a wheel brace as well. So that's for your wheels, and that's for the legs. Okay.
Yeah, that's smashing. Right. They came with that.
Yeah. Well, there's 2 in there. If they're in there, they're yours. So your front legs. One's on this side, so this is your leg here. So all you literally do is just put your leg winder on it, wind your leg winder on that leg, will just lower down.
We tape on it.
It's grease on there. It's like a spray adhesive grease.
Sorry, I was looking for a hole. Yeah, got you.
Yeah, so all you literally do is just pop that on. It's like a nut on there. Pop it on, and it'll just wind down and lower to the floor. Okay.
Smashing.
So Truma, this is your vent here. This does your heating and your water.
Right.
That's just the vent. It's like the ventilator boiler at home. There's no covers or anything to remove. It just sits there and does its job. The only thing to watch is try not to lean anything up against it, because if you've got the heating on high, a lot of heat is expelled out of that. And obviously, if you're leaning like, I don't know, windbreak or anything like that, obviously it will break. It will melt the windbreak. So next one down, water in there.
Yeah.
So Aperol. Obviously, you need to get yourself some Aperol, because this is mine.
I've got a flat one. Got a flat.
Yeah.
You know, one of these trolley ones. It's just a 40 litre, but it's not not that. It's
different shape.
Yeah, but it's flat and kind of long. Presumably, it just goes under.
Oh, that would be your Wastemaster.
Yeah, I've got two of them. So one was going to be for waste, and one was going to be for input. Is that the
Are they identical? They're both the same. Wouldn't recommend it for the main thing of if you're getting confused.
Oh,
right. You've got to think fresh water, wastewater, and the last thing you want to do is get to the tap and fill the wrong one up, and suddenly you're doing the washing up.
I'll put a tab on it, a flag or something. But if I've got that identified, presume it's okay just to...
You can. The only thing is, so this is your water in there. So this is obviously where the water externally can go into the van. There's just a little trigger underneath. You hold the trigger, and you can just pop it straight off.
Okay.
So if you imagine this is your water pipe, so I don't know how you'll get on with that Wastemaster.
That'll be fine. I mean, it's about that deep.
Yeah.
So that'll presumably... Sorry, does that come with the van? Is that
this is yours. Yeah, this is yours.
So that presumably will... That's just that rubber thing. So, I'm sure that's fine. If it's not, I can...
Yeah, see how you get on. Well, I've never come across that personally, but caravans, it's not an exact law. It's not like baking a cake. Everyone will do something slightly different. So if that's the way that suits you, then that's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine.
Try that tonight.
Yeah, see how you get on. My only concern was that I think if you were on a slope and that, the water may all run to the one end.
Yeah,
but see how you get on. Obviously, so all you do is you'll just pop your water pipe in your container, and then you literally just.
Does that fill the? Is there a tank inside the van?
There's no water tank inside as such. Your only water supply is externally.
Is that, right?
There is a 10-litre hot water tank, which obviously does for your hot water, but there's no fresh water storage. Your fresh water all comes from externally.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I wondered about that if there was a tank that's washed about or whatever, you're filling that from there.
No, some caravans do have an internal tank, but no, on this particular van, it's just your external, so it's just a tank outside. Okay, happy with your water?
Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect. Right, I'll talk about, so this will be, have you got a leisure battery yet?
No, I'm going to see Paul, I'm going to buy one.
Perfect. As I say, you will need a leisure battery, because this is what powers virtually everything in your van.
Okay.
So, apart from things like your plug sockets and your electric ring on your hob, other than that, all your lights and everything all work off the battery. Okay. So what it is everything runs through the battery, but when you plug it into the 240, which is your main supply, what this is doing is powering a battery charger, which is putting the life back into this battery.
Okay.
So if you get what I mean, it's a bit of a continual cycle. So you can operate without your 240, but what you'll find is if you've got a lot of power on, you'll soon flatten your battery. So obviously, but there's no concerns when you've got your 240. You can run whatever you want inside, because as you're draining the battery, this is constantly recharging it back up.
Got that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks kind of small container, but presumably Paul will get maybe one to fit that.
Yeah, it's a 110 or a 105. I think we've got some 105s in at the minute. So the reason for the bigger battery is because you've got the motor mover.
Yes.
The motor mover is a big drain, so you need a bigger power battery, so your motor mover will operate as well.
Okay. He said 110. He was suggesting, Paul was suggesting.
Yeah, I think we've just changed battery supplies, and now a 105. But as daft as it is, it's as much power as a 110. Okay. You know what modern technology is like? It's changing every 5 minutes nowadays. Okay. Last few things in this cupboard. There is an external satellite feed here.
All right, for aerial. For
an aerial. What you'll find on some of the sites is they'll have a post, an aerial. Plug in on the post, so you can literally just run a cable from that to that, plug it in, and then obviously you're working off their satellite feed, so your TV signal's a lot stronger rather than trying to use the built-in signal. And then the last one is a little black circle disc here, or sausage shape. This is your isolator for your motor mover. But I'll show you more of that. Once we've done all the insides and things, I'll show you the operation e-motor mover externally, so I'll show you more about that.
That's quite easy. That's great. Yeah, got all
So,
that.
obviously your motor mover is underneath the sight.